Okay, this video is just the basics of saving a document, a little things to know as you're working with Adobe Illustrator, right? So Adobe Illustrator is mostly a vector project, a vector graphics application. Um, and so there's a couple of intricacies that we need to know. Like, so let's say you've done your work and you're happy with it. And now the thing is, right, you should actually save right away and then save as you're going. And so as you're working, you should be hitting that Command S. That's the quick way to save. But if you don't want to do Command X, you can just go over to File, Save. But the first time that you save something, you're gonna have to save it as something, right? So we'll save it as, and this is the really the important stuff, right? So I had already named this when I created the document. If I didn't, I could have just said, changed it to whatever I want it to be. The important thing to know, well, first you have to navigate to where is it that you want to save it. And I'll just save it on the desktop, which is already trashed, as you can see. But format is really the key here, okay? So Illustrator lets you do a lot of different formats. Uh, the Adobe Illustrator format is it's Adobe's own custom format. And that'll save all the information of everything you did and all this metadata and everything. That is what you want to save your main working document in. Okay, you want to save it as whatever.ai, so that then you can go and open it on any other computer and it's all AI and everything's there. Um, and then for purposes of our class, we won't use EPS. EPS is just another graphic file format. You'll lose some information from an Illustrator file. But Adobe PDF is probably the next most important thing, right? So let me go ahead and save this first as an Illustrator format, right? So I hit OK. This I can just largely ignore, right? And just say OK. And there, I'm done. I got an Illustrator format, right? It's called saveking.ai. But now let's say, oh, I don't know, I want to save a PDF for print or a PDF to hand in to Icon. So I have to go back up to save as, right? And this time I'm going to save as an Adobe PDF. Let me hit save. It's going to go in the same spot. Now you'll see this gets a little complicated here. We have these Adobe these different PDF presets that we can use. Now, if you only have vector work, it really doesn't matter which one of these you save for our purposes, even if you had to take it to Kinko's or whatever the local printer is called. I usually just try to save a small file size, just out of convenience. But again, vector is resolution independent. If you haven't placed any raster images, any JPEG images into your Illustrator file, which you probably won't do much of during the semester, you can just really just save it, say small file size, just to make things a little easier. When it does do small file size, though, you'll notice that it doesn't have preserve Illustrator editing capabilities, right? You're changing this file type. You're going to lose a lot of that meta information that if you saved it as an Illustrator. But that's the same file space, right? So maybe, I guess, for this class, you could stay at high quality print just in case you screw things up. And I'll tell you why that's important. Again, it's kind of up to you. It's just about management and being aware of what you're doing, right? So when I say that save the PDF, you notice that I'm now working. I have this updated here to a PDF. Now the problem is that I saved this PDF and I have this AI file, and now I want to go and start working on it. Well, I'm actually starting to screw with the PDF file, and I want to do all my work in the AI file. So what you want to really do is actually, if you're saving it in multiple formats, the last time you save it, go ahead and just close it. I'm going to not save those changes. And then go back to Open Reset and make sure you're working in the Illustrator file. Okay, you might get burned on this during the semester. Again, it's not a huge concern because Illustrator can easily open PDFs, and it might just be a little metadata that you lost, and you'll largely be intact. So you'll be mostly okay, but just awareness. Last thing that sometimes you would use in Adobe Illustrator, I don't know how much we'll use it in this class, is to actually save as an SVG. So SVGs are the actual preferred vector graphic format for online use. I use a lot of SVGs. With the Retina screens and everything as a web designer, I use a ton of SVGs. And so this would save an SVG, and SVG is actually more of like, I could show you right here what the SVG code looks like because it'll open up for me. Look, that's what SVG code looks like. If you save an SVG, again, it's going to be a little wonky when you bring it back into to Illustrator as far as like metadata, but for the most part, you'll still have a lot of easy stuff. But I'm just going to cancel that. But that's just one more format that you might use. So basically, save everything once as an Adobe Illustrator file. When you're about to save for and submit to Icon, I would change it to a PDF and submit the PDF because that's easiest for kind of the online viewing when I'm doing the grading.